Yep. We're just going live. We're going live. No intro, ladies and gentlemen, as your Philadelphia Phillies are headed to the World Series. I am amazed, blown away by this Philadelphia Phillies team that just 1,000% refuses to quit. Zero quit in this team. You're down a couple of runs, you come back. You're down a run late in the game, you come back. Bryce Harper, of all teams, of all guys, blasts one into the night to give you the win. The guy that, more than anybody, refused to lose. We're not losing this game. Well, hold on a second. Here we go. We're getting a call already. This is not planned. Did I miss you? I missed you. Sorry. My buddy Graf was called. Yeah, you know Graf. I can't believe this. World Series bound. 87-win team. 7 games under 500 when Joe Girardi was fired. Rob Thompson comes in, revamps the whole attitude and atmosphere of the clubhouse. And this team, though, was red hot for a long time, stumbled in September. A below 500 team to the point where on September 30th, they were only a half game up on the Milwaukee Brewers for even a chance at the playoffs. They make it into the playoffs. They draw the St. Louis Cardinals. They roll them out in 2 games. They draw the 100-win Braves. See you later. We'll give you 1 game just because we're nice. And then hit the bricks. And then they go face another team that only won 89 games this season, the San Diego Padres. They take care of them in 5 games, and they are now in the World Series. This is why you make the playoffs. This is why whenever it's close, just make the playoffs. Never be afraid of don't make the playoffs. Miss the playoffs because, you're just going to get embarrassed, which was an argument a lot of people had. I said, make the playoffs. See what happens. Worst case scenario, you get experience for Bryson Stott. Worst case experience, you get Gene Segura gets your experience here. Worst case example, you get an experience for Alec Boehm. Worst case, you give Bryce Harper what he came here for, which is playoff baseball, which is to play in front of this crowd. And Phillies fans, you guys, no question about it, were a huge, huge part of why the Phillies won this series and why the Phillies advanced in the playoffs the way they did and how they did with the energy you were bringing every single night at CBP. It's amazing to me. And it's raining. You got your ponchos on behind home plate. Some people looking for cover. A lot of people in their seats, of course, towards the end of this ball game. And Harper goes yard, and they got plenty of fan reaction in the stands with all you guys losing your mind. This is the best way I could describe this team is simple, easy, direct, refusing to lose. And that starts with Bryce Harper. Starts with last night. This is my bleeping house. It starts again, and it repeats itself again tonight with that home run that he had. And he just looked at his team after he belted that one in the left field stands, went opposite field, knew it on contact, and he looked at his team like, expect anything different? Because I don't think so. I'm going to bring it, and here we are in the World Series. And I don't care if he's signed a 13-year deal. I want him here longer than that. I don't want to live in a world where Bryce Harper's not a Philadelphia Philly. Saw Charlie Manuel posting things of Jason Worth screaming, hell yeah, basically up there in the suites. I love it. And there is nothing like an electric Citizens Bank Park. It's like giving us the greatest joy we can have as sports fans without having that parade just yet. It's like giving us that every night as we watch this Phillies team. Nobody expected it. I'm talking about playoff experience 2 weeks ago. Maybe he gets a playoff experience at worst. At worst, he gets a playoff experience. At best, you make it to the World Series. At best, you win the World Series. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just enjoy this for what it is right now. And for what it is right now is a miraculous job by the Phillies. A miraculous job by Dave Dombrowski fielding this team. Miraculous job by John Middleton being so damn aggressive when it came to getting Bryce Harper here in the first place. And he has been every ounce as good as advertised. He comes here, he wins an MVP. He comes here, he's now got you into the World Series. And you know what? With Bryce, I wouldn't expect anything else. I really wanted. The guy wants to win. That's what he wants to do. And I have no doubt in my mind that him leaving Washington and then them winning the World Series the following year, or that year rather, that's probably a motivating factor for him. I have no doubt whatsoever. But he has done. I expect nothing else from Bryce Harper. He's been an intense player ever since his rookie season. He's been intense. That's the way he is, and that's why I think he fits in so well here in Philadelphia, because we're intense as well. But Rhys Hoskins, if I had to go to one guy that I didn't expect to come in the clutch as many times as he did, 3 different 2-run home runs in this series, unbelievable. He has stepped up in the clutch. And I know Rhys Lightning has been a lightning rod for a lot of criticism here in Philadelphia. And rightfully so. Struggles at third base, up and down, inconsistency at the plate. My man's caught some fire. All right. And I haven't been the biggest Rhys Hoskins detractor in my life. Certainly not. I haven't necessarily been waving the pom-poms either. But man, did he step up, and there is zero doubt about that. He stepped up, and like this was his confirmation. This was his bar mitzvah. This was the day he was made. This whole playoff run for him has been, at the plate, for the most part, amazing. And what's really crazy is, if you look at the first 2 games of the series, there were even where the Phillies won. There was a couple of moments there with Rhys Hoskins where you could tell he just got under a pitch here or just rolled over one there, and he was like flipping the bat away, throwing it away, almost just pissed off because he just missed it. And then he had that home run against the Padres out there in San Diego that I think got his confidence going. And then, man, when they came here to South Philly, oh, that was all she wrote. It was just great to see him come into his own and play like a guy that he played in a way that you would want him to play, from watching him mature throughout his entire major league career, from being the face of really the transitional era from Chase Utley and Ryan Howard, and going through some years there, and then watching Rhys Hoskins come up and possibly be the next one, something like that, and watch these guys come up through the minor leagues to see if they could really bring a lot of punch there. I mean, I remember he's hitting home runs with Dylan Cousins there in the minor leagues, and we're thinking, oh, we could have the Bash brothers here up, when the major league level. Dylan Cousins becomes, nothing here in the Phillies organization, nothing here in the big league level. Rhys Hoskins comes up here and starts mashing from jump, goes through the struggles, goes through the managerial changes, and then just now looks like the veteran you have wanted to see him turn into. And I can't believe how much he turned it on in the clutch. And it's funny, it definitely brings me back to 2008. It definitely brings me back, 2008 above all else. Because, that making it to the World Series that year after you were swept out of the playoffs for the first time the previous year, it's amazing to me. This makes you go back to that time for people that are watching and never experienced it, that maybe we're too young to experience it and really remember what was going on back then. And even in 2011, maybe too young to really understand and appreciate it then. You're watching this now and you're thinking this is a miracle. Well, this is nothing short of a miracle. This is incredible. To see this team be the last wild card team in. Think about the things that had to go. You talk about a team of destiny for this Phillies team. Let's think about this for a second, okay? It's the first year of the expanded playoffs, obviously. It's the first year of the designated hitter. No expanded playoffs, no designated hitter. You're not sniffing the playoffs without Bryce Harper. And Bryce Harper got to play the majority of the season, minus those 2 months because of the thumb injury, but he got to play this season at all. The fact that he got to play this season at all is a miracle, because he couldn't play in any other season if he wasn't the DH. So they bring the DH in the National League. Bryce Harper can hit, but he can't throw, so he can't play the field. He can be your DH. Look at him. DHing, doing a phenomenal job leading this team to the playoffs. You expand the playoffs, Phillies weren't getting in, third and final wild card team. Absolutely amazing. And then the Dodgers, the Mets, and the Braves, all 100-win teams. Bye-bye. Phillies took care of business against the Braves. Dodgers took care of business against another 100-win team in the Mets. It's unbelievable. Absolutely 1,000% unbelievable that we're sitting here talking about this team making it into the World Series. I was thinking about this, the conversation maybe for another day, but man, I'm thinking about what this team has done to this point, and thinking about how incredible the run has been and seeing guys step up like Ranger Suarez, making himself a solid number 3 starter and a solid starter regardless of where you have him really in that rotation. But behind Zach Wheeler, behind Aaron Nola, you have Ranger Suarez, who's a guy I had my doubts about going into the season, and he pitched great this season. You give the ball to your bullpen a couple of different occasions, Noah Syndergaard being one of them, especially in that Braves series, he handles his business. Give the ball to him again last night, he handles his business. Phillies only allowed they only took one loss to this Padres team. Absolutely unbelievable. They did their job still in game 1, just like they did against the Braves. They came back and they handled it. Same thing can be said for how they handled their business against this Padres team. And this Padres team, you want to talk about teams of destiny, an 89-win team. They weren't one of them 100-win teams. They weren't one of those favorites. They loaded up at the trade deadline. They got Juan Soto. They went out there. They got Bell. They got Hader. They got guys to help them win. Right now, the Phillies, they got some nice pieces. They got a Noah Syndergaard, nice piece. They got David Robertson, nice piece. They got Brandon Marsh, solid starting center fielder. But it's not Juan Soto. Phillies did all that in the offseasons leading up. Bryce Harper, of course, being the biggest name there. Kyle Schwarber, and then also Nick Castellanos adding him this year. I mean, they loaded up in the offseason. But then when the trade deadline helped, they got nice pieces there. But all pieces they needed to help get them over the hump. When you're talking about only making it into the playoffs by one game by the time the season ended? That's the slimmest of margins. Well, half game, I guess, would be, but it's still pretty slim talking about that one game. Hey, if you're celebrating on Broad Street tonight, I hope that you have every ounce of joy on Broad Street tonight. I want to get some of your comments in here, see how you guys are feeling tonight. Let's see what we got going on here. Professor Dutch, great name. Ring that bell. President, greased poles, pouring rain, terrible calls by both MLB and the umps, old cringe rappers. What? Nerdy managers, sports writers claiming endlessly about the 6th seed. No one likes this. We don't care. Professor Dutch, I concur. Tyvita, I thought that was 09. 09? Wait, what do you mean 09? What, the team? Or 09 to 2011? What are we talking about? Because 07, they made the playoffs, got swept. 08, they won the World Series. 09, they lost to the Yankees. Womp, womp. Marquise, but Tyvita, hello. Nice to see you. Marquise, let's go Phils. Even while 6-0 Eagles are on their bye week, Phillies are giving us a great feeling to be Philly sports fans. I love it. Philly is winning. Philly is winning. You're damn right. What else do we have here? Houston stinks just like that. Got the Astros now. Ari, what's up, Ari? Anyone know why Poppy is wearing an Eagles jersey? Yes, because he was wearing a Brian Dawkins jersey. I got to be honest here. The way the game was falling there for a second, you had Hoskins go up with the 2-run home run there in the 3rd inning, gave you the 2-0 lead. Then Bell's double in the 7th inning plated Cronenworth, so I made it 2-2. Then Azekar made the score on the wild pitch, made it 3-2. And I'm thinking to myself, damn you, Big Poppy. Damn you! Wearing the Dawkins jersey, I'm thinking he's giving us that bad juju. He's giving us that bad juju. No bad juju. No bad juju. Bryce Harper overcome that juju. And all is right with the world. What else do we have? Ari, Ari, for those that don't know, big guy on our podcast here. A big Cardinals fan, but very hospitable to the Philadelphia people. So he's congratulating us there. Happy for you all. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Tyvita talking about Schwarber right there. T-Bro wants to see the twerking penguin. I don't know. On the show, we have a twerking Christmas penguin. You know, because what says holiday spirit more than a twerking penguin? You get the idea. Anyway, Phillies, baby, going to the World Series. We got Jeff up here believing in miracles. We got Jeff saying Team of Destiny. T-Bro, World effing Series, baby. Let's go. Oh, okay, Oates. Let's look at, you know what? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but forget about it. Let's get ahead of ourselves. Let's get so far down the road. Imagine the Eagles and Phillies win the championship. I can't wait. Jorge, what's happening there? Nice to see you. Everyone's excited. Kevin, what's going on, Kevin? Nice to see you, bud. Upstate Paint and Freight, what's happening? Love it. Yeah, I think I got everybody in there. Did I get everybody? Guapo! What guapo? Trevor Herbert, what's going on? We're talking about the Fightins, baby. I really just can't get over it, guys. In all honesty. Did I get Marquise up here? Everyone said the Phillies not going to beat the Cardinals, then the Phillies want to beat the Braves and Padres team. But more destined destiny is what we got here in Philadelphia. I want everyone to drink it in. I want everyone to soak it up. I am beside myself with joy when talking about this Philadelphia Phillies team. They just, every single one to a man, does not know the word quit. They do not know how to throw the towel in. They don't know how to get down on themselves. And here's the thing. When things don't go their way, they just keep on fighting. And I was thinking about it. And every time, I know people nowadays think about other stuff when they think about the word fighting, my man up there, the fightings, man. I just can't help it every single time. And I thought about it time and time again. When the Phillies are down in this series and they're fighting their way back, or they're down against the Braves and they're fighting their way back, or whatever happens, they're in that ninth inning there against the St. Louis Cardinals in game 1. And whenever they fight back in crucial situations, I think of one man and I think of one voice, and that's Harry Kalas every single time. Fighting Phils every single time. And man, did they live up to their name. 87 wins. No business being in the playoffs. World Series. Wait, what? Oh, this is nice. Thanks, Rome. Angels fan. Glad y'all are in it. Hey, thanks, Rome. Go Mike Trout, I guess. Jose, give Harper a ring now. MV3. Oh, those cringe rappers. That's what's in. I have to think that they had music playing and we just didn't know. But let's just say this. You knew the Phillies were going to win this series when you saw those guys, right? Like, there's no way that created good karma for the San Diego Padres, right? No bueno. Padre no bueno. Padre no bueno. There we go. Oh, this is amazing. Look, everyone drink it in. Everyone soak it in. Everyone enjoy. Oh, there you go. Rome. Eagles fan. Honestly, I'd follow Trout if he came over. I don't think he's gonna. My conspiracy still, not my conspiracy, my theory, not conspiracy, but my theory is still that Trey Turner becomes a member of the Phillies, because the time Bryce Harper was in the booth and was amazing right before he came back from his injury, what did he say in the booth? They say, hey, who's your favorite player to watch? Trey Turner. And I was like, all right, make a note. Trey Turner going to be a Philly. Write that down. Simple as that. Soak it in. Enjoy every second of this. If you're going out on Broad Street, be safe. Be careful with the Crisco poles, because they're greased up pretty good. Phillies are ahead of the World Series. Never saw it coming. Never saw it coming. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow to react more to this thing. I had to chime in right now. I am lucky enough to be going. I'll be in Center City, so we'll see how this goes. I'm going to a movie premiere tonight for my buddy called Rittenhouse. My buddy Brandon came and directed a movie called Rittenhouse Square. It takes place in Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia, so I'm going to see it tonight. Nick Nolte stars in it, as a matter of fact, so we'll see how that goes. But thanks, everybody. You guys are awesome. Phillies are awesome. I love you all. Let's go, Phils. The Fightins, baby. The Fightin' Phils. Have a great night, everybody. Let's go, Phillies. See ya.